Hello and welcome. I'm Marie-Nicole, and in this video I am going to share with you a few essential layerable items for curating a wardrobe that is unique to your style and lifestyle and serves you all year round and for years to come. It really is an investment when you curate your wardrobe in a way that supports your needs and your health and well-being. Not only does it save you time in the morning selecting what to wear, it also allows you to move through your days effortlessly. Go out into the world doing what you are here to do, to serve the collective, without getting caught up in whether or not you are on trend, or whether or not the items that you're wearing suit your physique, or if it will be practical for what you wish to achieve in your days. Putting effort into curating a wardrobe that supports you feeling good will also mean you look your best too. Now, as a designer and maker, mother of two who has established and run creative-based businesses for 25 plus years with children in tow, living an artisanal lifestyle and for the last 15 years in a rural location, as well as supporting others through my coaching service in letting their inner essence be their outer expression, I personally do not have a lot of time to mull over what to choose to wear in the morning. And when I had a commercial space for 6 years in our local town, supporting other creative businesses through my retail store, as well as hosting events and workshops, maintaining that large commercial space, as well as contributing to our lifestyle here at home, where we lived off the land as much as possible, I really experienced firsthand the value of having a curated wardrobe myself and witnessed how supportive it was to my regular retail customers who kept coming back to add to their capsule wardrobe. The designs I was making and selling through that store were designs that served me for many years. I still see customers out and about wearing garments that I've made for them years ago, and I still make them to order for some because the quality of the fabrics and the colors suit them. And with minor adjustments made to suit their physique, it has meant that they have been able to wear those styles effortlessly for years and still look amazing. Now, as a single mum, balancing all my commitments while still making space for health and well-being, the investment I have made into a capsule wardrobe is proving to be even more valuable. No longer having my commercial space, still wishing to support others thrive and live their life by design is why I'm sharing this video and some of the items I deem essential in a capsule wardrobe that serve all year round. The key elements we're going to look at in this video is simple yet versatile designs. I'm going to share with you 3 designs that I have made and worn myself and sold to numerous customers with a range of body types over many years. Not only will I show you how these designs look, but I'll also show you how to work with them in different ways to serve you all year round. The other element we're going to look at is the quality of trans-seasonal fabrics. That is a really important part to what makes your garments last a long time and allows you to wear them all year round. We're also going to look at minimizing bulk over winter and airflow without full exposure over summer. The first design we're going to look at is the Adriana vest. Today I am wearing a fine merino version over the top of a open weave linen version. And like I said, I've been making this for years, and it's a very simple design. It is just a rectangular piece of fabric. The way that the stretch goes in the fine merino makes a difference. So these are little tips and tricks that, as a maker, is important to know. The beauty of this design is that you can actually flip it over and wear it as a short vest rather than a long vest, and it acts as a scarf style or wrap, so you can flip it over your shoulder. Now the beauty of this is that with these designs you can actually easily layer them up. So like I said, this is a fine merino design that I'm wearing over the top of a lightweight linen. This is a loose weave, open weave linen. And if you need to add extra layers, you can add layer upon layer without adding bulk, and you can put a coat over the top of it, again, without adding bulk, It means you're not adding bulk into the sleeves. You can still maneuver, and you can put as many layers as you want because they're fine, and you can do your coat up. And you're adding extra warmth without extra bulk. That's one element of this design that I really love. The other element is that I've also made these in different lengths for different purposes. And this one here is a cotton, which it is a woven cotton, which is a lot longer. And it does, this one I do find works best for me with a little bit of a heel on because it is quite long. But the beauty of this one is because it's an open weave, you can actually use a scarf tie and you can clasp it with a scarf tie by easily threading that through. And that just keeps you even warmer. And again, not much bulk over the top of, because it's over the top of lightweight, fine fabrics. The scarf tie makes a big difference. Now, I'll talk more about these in a minute, but the fine merino at the end, this one too can also be flipped around and worn as a shorter vest. And then that way it's not dragging on the floor. And it's like having a scarf on without actually having a scarf, and your arms are free to maneuver. And you can wrap it around and it becomes like a wrap. And on top of that, if you don't have a hat on and you've got your hair done nicely and it starts to rain, you can also use it to cover your hair if you need to. How lovely is that? So there are just a couple of ways to use the Adriana vest. So this lightweight linen version, which is an open weave, like I've said, is fantastic to wear over summer. If you're just wearing a singlet dress, or even like today I'm wearing linen pants, which are loose linen harem style pants, but underneath them I have leggings, and that's keeping me warm. But over summer, I will wear just the loose weave linen pants with the open weave Adriana vest and a singlet, and I'm cool, but I'm not fully exposed. And the same with a slip dress underneath it. You can also cross these over and put a belt around them. They are such a versatile design and they suit a whole range of physiques. Now, I'm also creating a tutorial on how you can actually make these yourselves, because working with these fabrics, like the open weave linen fabrics in particular, is not easy. And so I've got some tips and tricks on how you can do that. So I am going to put together a tutorial video with the measurements for the different lengths and widths of Adriana vests that I have created that I find work really well on a range of people, and also the ways that you can make it for different shoulder widths, and how to make your own bias binding trim, which is a really important part of making this garment. That's what makes it durable and easy to work with. And then also how to actually sew it, because even though it's a simple design with just the two armholes, it is not that simple to actually put that together in a way that you, with your hole placements, and just some tips and tricks on how to actually put it together and work with some tricky fabrics. So I am currently working on that tutorial. The second design that I think is an essential to have in your curated wardrobe is a poncho. Now, I wear ponchos all year round, and this Adriana vest makes it easy to put a coat over the top. But there are some designs that I like to wear that are effortless, that are not easy to wear with a coat. So a poncho allows you to just wrap yourself up, and it works beautifully over the Adriana vest as well. Now you can just drape it on either side like this, and that's one way to wear it. This one is a llama hand woven poncho, and it's great for over winter. Or again, you can wrap it around yourself and add a scarf tie to hold it in place. And then your hands are free to maneuver and you're not going to lose your poncho because it is held in place. But I also like to make these out of different weights of fabric and wear them all year round. Now I have one here which is 100% linen and another one which is an organic cotton waffle weave, and that's beautifully hand dyed. I didn't make the cotton one, however I did make the linen version out of a throw rug, and it's a hand woven linen throw rug. After wearing this beautiful llama poncho over winter a lot, like I've worn this so much, it's been such an investment piece over many years. But in those transseasonal periods where this is still just a little bit too warm for autumn or spring, even on a cool night in summer. So this 100% linen hand woven throw made a beautiful poncho and is just a little bit warmer than the cotton. That's something else to consider, the fabrics for different times of year. And if you want to be able to wear them all year round, then picking your fabrics really carefully makes a difference. So the way that I like to wear, the reason I like a poncho, there are styles of clothing that I wear which are caftan styles. And I wear caftan dresses and caftan tops. And you can't easily put a coat over the top of that because of the sleeve design. And that's where a poncho becomes an essential. To assist you further in curating a capsule wardrobe, I've actually written an ebook called the Dressing Guidebook, and there's more information and insights to support you in establishing a wardrobe that actually supports you in moving through your days effortlessly. And it also gives you links to the details on where you can find things like the scarf tie that I showed you to use to hold your poncho or your Adriana vest in place. Even some of the sustainable, ethical designed garments that I'm showing you here that I haven't made myself, I've included links to those brands in the guidebook. If you would like to actually make these garments yourself, I'm actually creating some tutorials on how to not only work with tricky fabrics like this open weave linen, but also create your own bias trim that you can select to complement the fabrics that you're working with, because that's a really important element. The bias trim is what creates the strength and durability of the armholes so that you can move it around and use it in different ways. But the other element of these tutorials is I'm going to show you how to get a throw rug and actually turn that into a poncho, and even how to get a wrap and turn that into a vest. So I'll give you the dimensions in those tutorials on how to do that. And if you're interested in actually finding out how to access those tutorials, just leave the words "yes please tutorial" in the comments, and I will send you a link on how to access it as soon as they're ready to go. Being able to do this opens a whole new world for creating your own capsule wardrobe and the essentials that you put into it, because you can go out there and source fabrics or pre-woven wraps, scarves and throws and turn them into something unique, something that is versatile, something that can be used for many years to come. Now, the third design I'm going to share with you is one that was inspired by the remnants left over after making these fine merino wraps. This fine merino fabric is single origin New Zealand fine merino, and it's a one-way stretch. The way that it is woven is what creates the stretch. And in the size that I made these Adriana vests, I had a piece of fabric that was left at the end that was too small to make any other design with. And so I looked at that fabric and went, how can I create something that celebrates this beautiful quality fabric, which is what I put a lot of emphasis into, working with beautiful quality fabrics. And I did not want to waste them. So that's when the Chandra top became an item that I made and sold, and I was pleasantly surprised at how amazing this looked on a range of different people. As I said, I make my own bias trim, so I did actually also look at how I can create this garment with my own bias trim, and I use a recycled cotton and linen twine cording to make a little feature just to add a special touch on it. So let me show you what this looks like on. Now, the first design that I made was actually this merino version. And like I said, because it was the leftover last little piece of the fabric and I couldn't really make much else with it, not even a scarf, because it wasn't long enough. And this is such an effortless design, works beautifully with a poncho over the top of it, wrapped around. Not only is it good for winter because this is a merino that I've made it out of, I've also made an open weave linen, and I'll put that one on and show you what that looks like too. So this is the open weave linen version, which usually I actually wear mostly over summer. It is something that I have worn over winter. Over, like today I've got a high neck skivvy on because I knew I was going to be in the shed and it's cold out here, even though I've got a fire going. But if I'm going somewhere like to our local wine bar, for example, outside it's usually fresh and cold, and inside it's really cozy and warm. So something like this over an open neck long sleeve tee means that I can have my poncho over the top and a scarf, a big scarf that I can easily take off, and I can strip down to the layers that then keep me cool indoors rather than overheating. But over summer, this is actually perfect over the top of a slip dress or even a singlet top. And similar to what I said about the Adriana vest in the open weave linen, over the top of harem pants, then it allows you to have that airy, lightweight, breezy feel without feeling like you're completely exposed to the world. I saw this a lot when I had a retail store where people were very conscious about their exposed skin, but they also struggled with the heat. And designs like this allow you to enjoy the flow of air around your body without being completely exposed. So, and it creates that element of mystery as well. Now, this design has ended up being one of my absolute favorite designs to wear all year round. See me wear this over summer a lot, and even to the point where I've made it out of a sheer linen with a sheer linen singlet underneath it. And it just creates another dimension. I'll be adding some photos into this video to show you the different ways that you can use these designs over summer because it is very cold today. I'm not about to go and put a singlet dress on and show you, but I just wanted to give you an example of how these look over winter because like I said, it's really a season for coats and scarves and woolies, but we don't actually have to create the bulk. We can still stay warm. I have a woolen skivvy on. I have leggings under my harem pants and linen layer over the top. And these fabrics, if you work with quality fabrics like linen and wool, they're actually thermal regulating. So they actually regulate your temperature all year round. Personally, I even find fine merino a little bit itchy with a little bit of humidity, which is why I actually also wear a linen scarf underneath woolen layers, especially under my llama poncho. I've always got some kind of scarf. Like at the moment, I've got this just a little scarf, linen scarf tied around underneath that layer because my neck is sensitive to that. But it doesn't mean that we need to be bulky and don't need to wear polyester to stay warm because these fabrics actually breathe. They allow you to move effortlessly. They feel good. They raise your vibration because of the frequency, which I've got a video on the frequency of fiber, which I'll put in so you can link to that and see that. But this whole investment in your capsule wardrobe, creating one that enables you to not only move effortlessly through your days, but enjoy quality fabrics for many years to come, it makes a difference, and I'm so passionate about that personally, as well as supporting others with that, which is why I wanted to create this video for you today. Now, remember, I also will be putting together some tutorials on how to create these garments yourself, because I don't actually have a commercial space anymore. But if you do want me to make one for you, by all means, reach out and I'll see and I will let you know what fabrics I have access to at the moment that I can create it in. But in the meantime, if you want to create it yourself, something like this can actually be made out of 2 scarves or 1 wrap cut in half. There are so many creative ways to create effortless designs yourself if you are a sewer, and if you are not, then maybe have someone else make it for you. So if you are interested in those tutorials, like I said, leave a comment saying yes please to the tutorials, because you're going to have so much fun creating designs out of colors and fabrics that work with your wardrobe so you can build a wardrobe that supports you for many years to come.